Hey YouTube, this is Black Veins of Pain here, and today I wanted to tell you guys a little bit, show you guys an updated version of my Hieratic disaster. Now, there is something I want to tell you guys about before I start the profile. If you guys saw my last deck profile, it was just, pretty basic, with, like, bevs and stuff. And it was a little bit more, aggro based. But this build does pack similar aggression, but I believe it's been improved a little bit more, so it's a little bit more consistent and does have a little bit more control-based cards. So I have changed the monster lineup quite a bit, and the spell and tri lines are slightly different. But I mean, I just wanted to let you guys know that beforehand. So yeah. So I'll just start the profile. That's with a triple Tefnuit, triple Sue, triple Aset, 1 Watt Tail, 1 Luster. That's the Hieratic lineup I run. Triple Tefnuit is basically a Cyber Dragon for dragons. Triple Sue pops back row, allows me to get my combos going. Aset is my normal summonable Hieratic, and also imitates the levels of other Hieratics. Watt Tail Luster, their targets. Not really much else to say there. That's pretty much the Hieratic in a nutshell. Then on to the part I changed a lot, actually. For the first major change, I added triple Ninja Hanzo to the deck. Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. So this card adds consistency to the deck, as it allows me to search for Super Ninjutsu or Super Transformation. It's a level 4, so I can sometimes go into rank 4s. It's an 1800 beer, so it's a really good card. Fills out the deck, and then Super Transformation allows you to send a monster you control and your opponent controls to the graveyard. Then you get to fill out your deck again by summoning a beater to your side of the field. So I mean, it's really good card. And then I still run a double Collecting Mirror Drago. Really good card. It can lock down agents, it can lock down chaos dragons, it can slow down dark worlds. With a good field, it can slow down Inceptors, and even stop Gravekeepers from special summoning their crap. So, yeah, it's just a really good card, and next format, it probably would be even better, because Constellars and Evil Swarms, I believe, are going to be TCG legal then. So, yeah. 1 Delta Flyer and 1 DDA. This is the part that might change a little bit in this build, but I like it both at 1 up. Delta Flyer is for my Synchroling, and DDA is just to recycle my dragons. The DDA might go out for something else, but at the moment, I'll just keep it as is. And now for the boss monsters, or the 1-ups, whatever you want to say. 1 Darkness Smell, standard for any dragon deck, regardless of your build. I mean, it's a 2000 beater. Spell summons a dragon from your hand or your graveyard. And this plus a tomb equals your dragons almost accessible from pretty much anywhere except the banish pile. Then I run 1 Horus, 1 level 6. I have been thinking about bumping level 6 up to 2, but I haven't been able to, either level 6 level 8 by 1 more. But I haven't found that space. But I like them both at 1 right now. Level 6, it is just at level 8, but it has a pretty good effect of its own. It's a 2300 beater. It's a dragon type, and its effect is it is not affected by any spell, regardless of from who it's from. So a good combo with this: you summon this card, destroy a monster by battle. Use Darkhold, you wipe out their entire field. You still keep your monster. End phase, send this card to the graveyard to get out level 8. Level 8 obviously is a level 8 3000 beat stick. And its effect is you can negate the activation of any spell card. Any spell card of your choosing. And the ruling on this card is that unlike Lab, where it only negates once per chain, this card can negate multiple times per chain. So it basically stops your opponent from doing any kind of spell prep to you except for Super Poly, which I hate that card, but that's another story. But yeah, 1 level 6, 1 level 8. Level 8 adds control and protection. Then I run 1 BLS, just because I finally was able to trade for 1. And also, BLS is pretty easy to get on this deck. I mean, with the Hieratic engine, I run around 10 likes. than my main deck. That's an estimate, but about 10 lights. And I run around 5 darts in my main deck as well, so yeah, this card is pretty easy to get out. And that's not including the extra deck. And now that's made for my monster lineup. I believe that's 22 monsters exactly. And onto spells, I run double my body. If you notice my other build, I ran 2 my body, 2 lances. In this build, I just decided to run 2 my body just because my body protects my monsters from destruction, and lance is not as good in this build since I do not run the Debebs. I mean, lance is a good card, but I'd rather personally spend 1500 to protect all my monsters from cards like Dark Hole, Torrential, Mirror Force, and other crap like that than, you know, just to run a lance that protects myself in spells and traps, but not all destruction effects. So I mean, yeah, this card is just to me better in this build. If you guys choose to like use this as a skeleton and you want to run my body and lance, then so be it. But I just prefer this card for my style. Next, for consistency boosting and speeding up the deck, double pot and double seal convocation and double pot. Not really much else to say. Then I run triple MST. I have been debating whether to run this at 3 or 2, but you know, triple MST works really well for me because I hate back row, so yeah. And then on to the staples: Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, pretty much all the staples. 1 pot of Avarice, just because I like to be able to reuse cards, especially after like I lost. If I lost my entire field due to like a Dark Hole or something, then at least I have a chance for a second wind and can come back again. So yeah. And then 1 reinforcement of the army, just because I want to be able to search out my Hanzos. You know, just somewhat of a staple card in ninja, if you run ninjas, I guess. And then on to the trap lineup. 2 ninjutsu are super transformation. I already explained it earlier, but send Hanzo, send a card my opponent controls to the graveyard. Alright, they lost the field advantage. They lost the monster to their side of the field, 1 on mine. I get 1 from my side of the field. From my deck to my side of the field, I thin my deck out. They lose a monster, I gain a stronger monster. You pretty much plus off this card. The only disadvantage of this card is that if this card is destroyed, that equip, or actually if it leaves the field, the monster that the spell summon by its effect is banished. So that could be a bad thing as well. But I mean, you know, generally speaking, that doesn't usually happen. And by the time you know, I use this card, they have nothing to stop it, and I just summon a horse or something. Horse destroys, I get level 8 out. Oh, what can you do? Yeah, level 8, I mean, it's a 3000 beast, so I can get spells. The only way you can beat it is with traps, and if I have Decree, it's a lockdown right there. And I already mentioned the card, but I run double Decrees. Decrees are amazing. I used to not run Decrees, and I might start running it in my other Hero to Disaster build, but this one right now, I'm definitely running it because I can get lockdown pretty easily in this deck, and lockdowns are, in my opinion, are just really good ways to put decks to your level. I mean, with the Hanzos and stuff, I can make my opponent be a little more cautious about their plays. With Decrees and stuff, I can knock down heroes. With Decree and Horse alone, heroes are dead. They can't do anything. I mean, sure, they have Strauss and Super Poly, but if they don't have Super Poly, then they can't really do much. Except maybe somehow be able to go into the, what's his face? Excalibur, but I mean, other than that, I pretty much have no fears. It's just extremely good. Actually, I really hate, like I said, I hate back row a lot, and Double Decree does a lot of work. Stop negating traps, like 2 TTs. Like double TT, well, double torrential, I'm not gonna call it TT. Double torrential, double Mirror Force. People run some pulse, so they can run double bombless, the Solemn Brigade. That stuff is annoying, and if you can lock all that down in the early game, then yeah, you pretty much have advantage over your opponent. And that's it for the main deck, the 40 card deck. On to the extra deck. 1 Korean Jin, my rank 4. When the Evolvable Chain becomes TCG legal, I want to run that as a rank 4 as well, because I mean consistency. Either that or Dilusa Emerald, because Dilusa Emerald is a mini Pop Avarice, and if that happened, I might not even run Pop Avarice anymore. I don't know, but right now, one Clearing Gym. That's my Dragon's going to be destroyed by battle. Total summons a level 5 or higher dragon from my graveyard to my side of the field. Its effects are negated and can't attack during a turn. It was spell summoned by Clearing Gym's effect. Triple Attune, because Attune is a standard and, searches out dragons in my deck. Strike Balancer and Force Focus are really good cards for negation. Again, that gives me the lockdown for effects. The only difference between these two cards, other than this one is stronger in terms of stat wise. This card can negate any card effect as long as its effect activates, or any monster effect as long as it activates and loses 1,000 life points. This card, on the other hand, can negate any monster effect regardless of if it activates or not. The flaw to it is that the monster has to be level 5 or higher. So I can stop Trad, I guess. I can maybe stop a few hero cards, but it's just there because sometimes it's useful. And if I remember the ruling right, on Force Focus, it can stop summon Zephyr cards only because if the Zephyr monster is equipped, I believe their levels are boosted by the level of the equipped card. So, if I remember right, if it's, let's just say Dragonfly is with Hornet, I believe Hornet's level 2, Dragonfly will become level 5, I believe you can use Force Focus effect on the Dragonfly then Dragonfly can't activate its effect, and I don't believe Hornet can be, sent to the graveyard by effect, unless it's destroyed or something, but, I mean, yeah. I might be wrong on that, but I mean, it's just an option, if I'm right. Double Die, because I like running 2. I don't think 3 is necessary. Piercing damage, 2600. And 1 Gustav Max, because Gustav Max I can get Gustav Max in this deck out. It may not be like the main way for me to OTK, but I mean, generally speaking, when I try an OTK, or even attempt to, I will have the Darkness Mode on the field while I'm trying Dragon, so even if it fails, I just either Gustav, 3k attack and defense, I'll summon in defense mode just to be safe, then I'll attack minus 2000, that's generally game unless I have a Veiler. Next, 1 Black Rose, clears the field, double Stardust just because I feel like running 2, and there have been quite a few times I've gotten 2 stars in the field. When that happens, I almost have guaranteed games because I have a lockdown card already on the field, so yeah. 1 Thought Ruler, pay 1,000, spell and trap cards, target this card negated, and if it destroys a monster by battle, sends it to a graveyard, I can heal myself by a card's original attack. Strap Dragon is Strap Dragon, pops cards, and Trident Dragon for possible OTKs my way in Gustav Max. That's it for the deck. The only thing I'll probably change is if I got Breakthrough Skill, I might either side it or main it. I don't generally show my side decks when I do videos, so that really doesn't matter, but I mean, Breakthrough Skill is a really good card. If it goes down in price a little bit, I might get it. Anyway, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the deck. Tell me ways to improve it. Do you guys think it's still worth running? If it's still worth working on, stuff like that. And I will see you guys next time.